Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long since I've filmed, and I do explain why. I kind of update, ramble a bit, get ready with you guys in this video, do my makeup. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get ready together. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've filmed or uploaded on this channel, and I want to get into that. I want to update you guys, just catch up and get ready. Sorry, one of my friends is texting me because she is in a crisis. Let's get ready. I do need to be ready in like an hour, but currently, so the last time I uploaded was low-key like 5 months ago. Like, guys, do not hate me. A lot has been going on. People have been dying, crying, barely surviving, like all of the above. So it's currently Ramadan. It's literally day 16 of Ramadan. Ramadan's been going well so far. One thing I wanted to focus on, I'm not gonna say all my goals for Ramadan because those are a bit personal in it, but one thing I wanted to focus on was consistency, and that's like in all parts of my life, like with Islam, but like also with just like everything, like creative wise, YouTube, praying, like just consistency with keeping up with good habits, because I'm not gonna lie, like that's an area where I really lack. Like, I'm sure you guys can tell by my lack of uploads, but yeah, that's like one thing I really want to work on and hopefully master this Ramadan, like consistency with prayers. And like, because you know in Ramadan you're just like doing a lot extra, obviously, but then like once Ramadan's over, at least for me, it's like really hard to maintain all those habits. But I want to make like realistic changes and be consistent, and you know, like keep them up. But same goes for YouTube. So going back to YouTube, I'm gonna cover a lot of topics, but going back to YouTube, I'm sorry I've not been uploading. Like, things have been so hectic, like last semester of school, like midterms, my colitis got really bad, Ramadan came up, I did a whole freaking runway show with my brand, a new brand collection dropped, prepping for like my next collection. Yeah, just like a lot of things were piling up, and I kept getting overwhelmed about YouTube because, guys, when I'm telling you I have content from like literally 2 years ago, I'm not joking. So okay, here's where I need you guys to comment. So should I post like current Ramadan vlogs first and then my old content? Or should I post like older content and then like current, if that makes sense? Please comment below, because that's one of the reasons I've not been posting, because I've just been so overwhelmed. I'm like, dude, people are not gonna want to see stuff from like literally 2 years ago. But it's like really good content and I really don't want to gatekeep it. It's like trips to New York. I went to recently Morocco and Turkey, trips to New York, my birthday, trips to Big Bear, like days of my life in SF. Like, I literally am sitting on so much content, like nothing is funny, like, you know. So let me know like what order you guys want it in. Like, obviously it's older content, but I feel like it's too good to keep in the vault. if I do say so myself. So let me know about that. But yeah, like a main thing I really want to uphold this Ramadan and in general is consistency. And I did mention my birthday, so my birthday passed last month. But yeah, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing like how valuable my time is and how busy I'm getting, and how low-key like I need to be selective with like who I spend my time with, like, you know what I mean, or like who is in my circle. And this has also come up a lot during Ramadan, because you know in Ramadan you do like a lot of reflecting. So yeah, this has come up a lot during Ramadan as well, like who are the people I am surrounding myself with, like how are they impacting me, are they uplifting me, like are they someone who can hold me accountable, like do I feel good when I hang out with them. So these are all things like just as I'm getting older, but like just like realizing like yeah, things can be really lonely, and don't get me wrong, like sometimes I wish I had like this huge community or like whatever, but I am realizing like at this stage in my life I really prioritize like quality of connections and like that over quantity. Obviously I think in high school it was the opposite for me. I was like quantity over quality. But yeah, like that's something I've been realizing. Also, like as I had my birthday, I don't want to say my age because I think I'm at the age where I kind of want to like hide my age now. Still in my 20s though, but you know. Yeah, when I had my birthday, I was, you know, just realizing that, I don't know, I had like a bit of a midlife crisis. I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, there's so many people who are like more accomplished than me. Like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I feel so behind in my life. Like, people are married, having kids, and like I like low-key haven't even started my career yet because I'm still in school. And these are like, honestly I was like really depressed, and I was like, bro, like I don't really want to celebrate my birthday. Like what the hell is there to celebrate? And yeah, like I don't really know where I'm going with this, but basically just like realizing that like literally everything is God's plan and God's timing. Sorry, I can't really talk while I do eyeliner, but yeah, everything is God's plan, God's timing, and like just to have trust in that, like even if it doesn't make sense at the immediate moment, like just have trust that, you know, like God is cooking, okay? Like God has your back. So yeah, like also just like there's no timeline on, like I know this is like the most basic advice, but like literally everyone has their own timeline, and like comparison is the thief of joy, like literally. But everyone goes through different circumstances which leads them to be on different timelines, and like just focusing on like feeling behind or like not appreciating what you do have, like the more grateful you have, like the more things will come to you, you know? So like just being present in the moment of whatever you're in, like whichever stage of life you're in, because you'll probably miss it like once it's gone. And yeah, like just realizing, reminding myself like when I had my birthday, like, you know, I'm on my own timeline, and like I will get where I need to be when I need to. But right now it's like I'm not meant to, like, you know, be married, have kids, like whatever. Like maybe that's not even what I want, like who knows. But yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense, but you know, like basically moral of the story is just you're not behind in life, like you're exactly where you need to be. And I think sometimes it's like really easy to think that like, oh, I'm like so behind because of like honestly the society we live in, like, oh, by like 30 whatever you should be have all these things. But like honestly, like who even made that up? Like who made up this time? And like that's something I had to remind myself. But yeah, like for my birthday, well, a lot of my friends are busy, honestly. Like this sounds so lame. So honestly I did not do much, and I don't like planning stuff for myself. Like, oh, let me plan a party for myself. Like, I don't know, I have this like weird thing, like I love celebrating other people, but then when it comes to celebrating myself or my achievements, like I feel weird. But there is a lot to celebrate, like, you know, another year of life. And I just did my freaking first runway show. Like I dropped a new whole ass collection, which has been doing pretty well. Like I'm finally like putting more of my time and effort and like trust into my creative process, like trusting that it's good enough to sell and make and to be seen. Like these are all things to freaking celebrate. And you know what, I should have, but yeah. And like I don't know, I felt like so lame like not celebrating. But like I said, a lot of my friends are busy, slash like I didn't even plan anything beforehand. And for some reason, like I don't know if this is everyone, but I always end up crying on my birthday. Like, is that a universal thing? Because without fail, every single year I'm like sobbing, bawling my eyes out on my birthday. Like, girl, it is not that serious. But I think it's just because like there's so much pressure around this like one day, like, oh, you should celebrate, you should do this, that, like, that if your day doesn't turn out like that, it's just like really disheartening. But I think this year also, just like getting older, I was like, bro, like I said, I had like literally a midlife crisis. So I went to New York like twice. Since you guys have last seen me, I do have vlogs for those. Let me know when you guys would want those. Hopefully the next time I go is New York Fashion Week, or like hopefully I'm able to move there, fingers crossed. Because, you know, even though I'm like finding more of a community like in the Bay, especially like with creatives, I think I'm just like ready to move. Like I have been in the Bay Area for like 4 years, and don't get me wrong, I love the Bay, like I love SF. I have also lived in Berkeley. Like I don't think anything can compare, and like I know I'll miss it, but I also feel like I'm ready for something new, you know what I mean? So hopefully New York is the next move, hopefully, because I also feel like I want to experience New York in my 20s. If it was to have like a family, I don't think I'd like want to raise my kids in New York. Like personally, I've just, when I lived there over the summer when I did the Parsons program, I just saw like how hard it was like for parents, you know, like taking their kids to school, and like I don't know, man, but like also at the same time, I'm like, I feel like if I grew up in a city, like I would be so much different. Like I would have more of like a tough exterior and just have more life experience, I guess, before college. And maybe I want that for my kids. I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself, but like, yeah, I really want to experience it while I am in my 20s. And like I said, I just feel like I love that stuff, but I feel like it's time for a change, you know? I am currently on spring break, which is really great because the past few weeks leading up to this were madness, in the worst way possible. I had like 3 midterms back to back. I pulled all-nighters like 2 days in a row. The amount of caffeine I had was like insane. And like during Ramadan especially, like that's not what I want to focus on, you know? Like I want to be present in Ramadan, like not freaking studying for exams, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, the past few weeks have been madness. Since I have time off and I miss my friends in SoCal, I am taking a road trip tomorrow. I'm literally going on my own, like driving down. Like I could have easily flown, you know, but I kind of want to just like do it for the experience, you know, just like time to think and clear my head, because the past few days have been not the best. And yeah, I just really want to go there and clear my head. And I think the drive will be nice. I don't know, like obviously I've done the drive to SoCal or SD, but like I've always been with people. So this is my first time like doing it on my own. But I think it'll be interesting. My main thing is just like, I hope I don't start to get sleepy, because ever since I was young, like I have been a person who like falls asleep in the car. And sometimes like even when I'm driving from SAC to SF, like my eyelids get so heavy, and like no matter what I cannot stay awake. So I hope that's not the case for me. And once I come back, I am currently like, as far as my brand, like, so I just did a drop like mid-February, and now it's like late March. But now I'm like, okay, like what am I gonna plan next? Like I really wanted to do spring, but like I felt like the turnaround time was so close to each other that didn't really make sense. So I think maybe like summer, hopefully, because I just like love the like tones and like the silhouettes of spring and summer, like, and just, you know, making clothes like that I can actually wear would be really cool. But I do personally think like right now I'm kind of in like a design rut, so to speak. So like I just had my runway with AOI, so like obviously I had the pieces for that, and most of those pieces that were on the runway were pieces from my newest drop. So like I had those designed, and then I shot them and released them. And now when I'm thinking about like, oh, what's next, I feel like I'm kind of like getting in my head a bit about like what's next in the design process, or like what's next for my brand. And like what if I can't like design something as good as like my previous collection? Like, what if I can't come up with something new? Or like, what if I just like literally can't design something? Like, you know, that's kind of where I am. Like, I feel like I need some inspiration, and for the past few weeks, like I've just been hyper focused on school because that is like my first priority. Obviously I love my brand, but like I'm really trying to graduate and like head out. So school right now has been like my first priority. Like obviously I've been fulfilling orders and like trying to work on things for my brand wherever I can. But yeah, that's just kind of where I am. Like I'm just like, okay, like people really liked this collection, and like what if the next collection is not as good as my previous one? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know if you're a creative or just in general, like do you guys feel like this? Because I'm sure other people feel like this too, but like I don't know, like how do you get out of that? Like how do you get out of your head? Because I feel like me feeling that way has kind of just like made me take a pause on designing, or like even wanting to design, because of this like I don't know, there's just like a mental block in my head of like, oh, what if the next collection is not as good as this and people aren't receptive to it? Or like I don't want to be a one-hit wonder, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But like I feel like the thought of that in my head is preventing me from even trying to move on to the next collection, or like whatever's next. I don't know if that makes sense, but guys, my stomach, like that literally was my stomach. But like lately my colitis has just been really bad, and stress can trigger flare-up, and I've been experiencing like really bad flare-up, like low-key one of the worst flare-ups I've had since I've been in the hospital. I'm so sure it's due to stress because of exams. Like guys, the amount of all-nighters I pulled in a row, like I just can't do it anymore. Like my body, like I feel like I literally had to sleep for like 2 days after. And the thing is, like, yeah, I've been studying like prior, but I just have like really bad test taking anxiety. And this class, it's like advanced nutrition, it's like one of my hardest classes right now, and the exams for it are really hard as well. So like just like anxiety, like paired with like feeling like I'm gonna fail, caused me to pull 2 all-nighters, which I know is not good for my body. But yeah, like I feel like my body has not been the same, and that was like low-key last week. So yeah, I've also been dealing with that. But yeah, overall Ramadan's good. I can't believe it's like almost over. I don't know, I feel like Ramadan, like we really take it for granted, and well, me personally, and then it just like flies by so fast. Like it's the one month that goes by like extremely fast, and like before you know it, it's over. I've been spending my Ramadan like either with myself or like a few of my friends. I have not been home much just because of like exams and stuff. So I'm excited to go to San Diego and just like be in community again. But yeah, like I think this was a Ramadan like so far that I needed to kind of spend alone and just like do some healing and like self-reflecting, and that's exactly what I've been doing. I also think, like, especially everything like going on in Palestine, like the excessive iftars and like stuff like that, just like, I don't know, sometimes they just feel like a little weird. I feel like this Ramadan especially feels different because of like everything going on in Palestine. Like, you know how like in Islam, like, I don't know, just with everything going on, like even before Ramadan, like I feel like I just like have not been the same, and like I am not so present in life because I'm just like thinking about the people there. And especially during Ramadan, I'm like thinking of like the conditions they're in, and like how they low-key have like nothing to break their fast with. Like, I literally saw this thing on Instagram of how this family broke their fast with like grass with like lemon on it, because there was like literally nothing else to eat. Like, that is so freaking heartbreaking. But I think a lesson to be learned like through all this, like from them or like in general, is just that like even though all this is occurring to them, their families, their friends, everything, like their faith is like so strong, like to this day. And that's something I want to try and embody, like just in my life or just going forward. They're like unmovable, is that even a word? Unshaken, I don't know, but basically they're just like faith did not, I don't know what I'm like their faith remained the same throughout like all their, like throughout this genocide and like everything. Like, I don't know, like I think that's just something to look and learn from, is just like the amount of like faith they still have. I'm rambling a bit. I'm basically done with my makeup. I just need to like bake a little and do my lips. So I will check back in once I do that and fix my hair and stuff. So I'll be back. Hi guys, I was running late, but here's my makeup, and I'm wearing my hair natural actually, guys. I'm learning how to make the waves look their best. Ah, shit. Almost got hit, bro.